All right, so welcome back to the channel. This is Nathan with Cowhide Music, and I'm here to share a little project I've been working on for about a month during this crazy year 2020 coronavirus pandemic. Um, this is a Java-based MP3 player that I've been writing, and you may ask why why would I be writing an MP3 player in the year 2020? And I think it's a good question, and this is something that's really irked me and gotten under my skin um, ever since the announcement a few months back. But the long and short of it is that Google Play Music is going away, and why I never loved Google Play Music, I absolutely abhor YouTube Music and its dysfunctional interface and its desire to force us into paying for streaming music. So if you're older like me and a Luddite and long for early 2000s nostalgia, that's what I've done here. I've tried to recreate um, something that approximates and certainly is not a rebuild of, but an approximation of early iTunes. And so this journey probably started 7 or 8 years ago when I switched from iTunes managing my music library to Google Play Music, primarily because Apple had decided to add so much feature creep to iTunes, it just made it unusable. Um, Plus, every time I opened iTunes, I had to basically ask if I wanted to update. I promise you, with this Java app that I wrote, it will never ask you if you want to update. It doesn't use the internet. There's nothing. This is all local. Um, if you're a curmudgeon like me, you'll like this thing. Well, maybe. Who knows? Like I said, it will be on GitHub. It will be free. If you don't like it, you don't need to use it. You can send me a nasty comments and notes. That's fine. But you get what you pay for, and when it's free, it's free. So anyway, this is the program. Um, when it launches, it it will initially have no idea where your music is, and it doesn't have any advanced features. It doesn't look for your music folder. It doesn't do any of that. It allows you to set it in a normal user interface, music path. This is my file music path. And what it's looking for is some kind of folder. So this is a downloaded copy of my Play Music library. And this folder, this master folder, contains all the artists. So it's a nested folder structure. So if we click in AC/DC, you can see the two albums I have. So again, it's a three folder structure, which is the program is based off of. It looks for the master folder, has a list of all the artists, and then within the artist, it has album folders. So if we go back to the Java app here, if you click music path, it will ask you to set your music path. So if I go to, I don't even know how to get to my desktop anymore. Desktop, there we go. Music lib copy. And there, so it populates in this window all the artists in the library. And if you click on an artist, it will pull up their album, and then the album will populate the center list. This list does actually look at the MP3 embedded tags in the files. So it will populate track number. I believe this is album. If there's an associated artist name, it will populate that. Here, it must not be populated, so you get dash and the length. So we can take a look at other albums. And here's a good example. One of the issues I had with Google Play Music is it didn't have good duplication detection. And so when I've been adding music to that library, it sort of got me in this nasty situation of having a lot of duplicates, and it really was annoying. So when I re-downloaded this, there's a number of albums that clearly have duplicates, but of course, Google sells software as a service, just like everyone else, but it doesn't actually sell software with features that you actually might want, like, I don't know, duplication detection and deletion. So one of the things that I added in the library, at least, one of the features of this is duplication of the detection and deletion. It automatically deletes. That's how it's coded currently. So be aware. But if you click on it, you'll see the menu stays highlighted. And if we go to NetBeans, it's sort of just looping through and checking for all the duplicates. And it will eventually make a list of duplicates and delete those songs. So if you do download and use this, be aware this will delete without asking right now. But again, as I sort of stated, it's free, so use at your own discretion. And this does take a little bit of time to go through this library. It's, right now it thinks I have 578 albums. I don't think it has 578 albums. I think there's just duplication going on. Oh, I could be wrong though. There we go. Okay. So it's done. And if we go back to Albert King's Born Under a Bad Sign, you'll see that all the duplicates are essentially gone at this point. And we can close this. Oh, close. And we can relaunch it. And if I pull it back into the window, you'll notice that this artist list is automatically populated. And that's because when you set the music path, it stores it, and the program knows then where the music path is located. So other than that, it's really basic. It does have some search, so you can see here I have a number of artists and albums, and it can be quite a pain to scroll through all of this. So on the right, I've made basic search, songs, albums, or artists. I sort of default by albums. So if we search, I will point out that the search is also very basic. It's based off of regular expression matching. So if you type in some small combination of letters, it will match anything that matches that combination. So for artists, I wanted Leonard Skinner, so I type LYN and I get Leonard Skinner. And that's basically most of the search. It works for songs. We can type in something like that, and anything that has bad in it basically comes up, and it's fairly fast. And we can also do album. So let's do Dark, and we get Dark Side of the Moon. Of course, I'm not going to play any of that for you right now because copyright and all stuff. But just to show you that it actually does work, we can probably go to something that I won't get a copyright strike for. So this is an example of something that I actually like managing my music library for, which is I have a lot of books, instructional books for guitar or banjo or what have you that come with audio, either on CD or that you downloaded. And managing this was sort of one of the more important aspects for me. So I'll just double click here. I don't hope Wayne Erbsen doesn't sue or take my video down. 31 seconds of audio. Let's see if they'll actually match.
Claw, hammer, claw, hammer, claw, hammer, claw, hammer, claw, hammer, claw, 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 hammer.
So you get the idea. You can double click to play. You can play, which should start from the beginning. Yeah, it will start from the beginning of the list. If you double click anywhere, it will start from there. It will play through to the end of the list. If we hit repeat all, it will play all the way through the list and then start back at the top. So there it's sorry. So there it starts at the top. We also have a repeat one feature, which let me try to find the example I wanted to show. This is a set of chicken picking licks that I got from another instructional book, and this is where I like the repeat one feature. So if I'm trying to learn a lick, I just kind of want it constantly playing over and over again, so I can keep practicing without having to keep hitting play. So let me stop that. So that, is one of the reasons why I just wanted this. I mean, it's nothing more than what a basic user interface should be, but most of those kinds of features are implemented. It also shuffles on and off, and like I said, it's real basic. It works. It's what I would call minimal viable from a minimal viable product standpoint. It's going to be free. I will put a link to the GitHub repo in the description box. If you're not a Java person and don't want to build it, that's fine. You can send me a message, and I could probably find a way to get you a packaged version with all the appropriate jar files. But you would need to have a Java runtime environment on whatever machine you're going to run it on. It should run on Windows or Mac or Linux, but I've only developed it on my Windows machine, so no guarantee. Like I said, the easiest thing to do, in my perspective, is to is really to build it. I use NetBeans. You can use what you want, but that's it for now. If you think you're interested, and like I said, you don't want to build it, send me a note, and I'll try to work on getting you a jar file. Otherwise, have a good day.